Hey everybody, I am back and I wanted to come back and just follow up on something that I just said to you when I was having the discussion about Jennifer Crumbley's attorney Shannon Smith. I talked a little bit about um, Ethan Crumbley because I believe a possible trigger for the mass shooting was when his mom allegedly locked him out of the house. And this is why I'm coming back because I think it's really important for us to identify signs, triggers, what we feel can impact a situation that's already stressful, that's already at a point where there's argument, there's discussion, there's disagreement. And I think this might have pushed Ethan Crumbley over the edge to select the next day as the day of the mass shooting. Now, these are not my words, so I want to demonstrate to you what I'm saying. In the trial of Jennifer Crumbley, she had a female co-worker, and the co-worker testified that she wasn't really friends with Jennifer Crumbley, but she did have her Facebook friendship, but she really didn't follow her or really watch her pictures or whatever. But the main part was when they would be at work sometimes, Jennifer and her would converse. They would talk about their day, how they were doing, things like that. In the day of the mass shooting, that morning, when she saw Jennifer, they had a conversation. And something that Jennifer Crumbley revealed was the night before, she locked Ethan Crumbley, her son, out of the house. Now, you may want to know, well, why is that significant? Why is that important? Well, of course, we know that at the time of the mass shooting, Ethan Crumbley was only 15 years old. He was a minor. This was in the evening, late at night. It was dark outside. Now, we know from courtroom testimony that Ethan Crumbley did a 19-minute video the evening before the mass shooting. That video was done by Ethan Crumbley on his phone at 10:05 p.m. and it lasted approximately 19 minutes. So I'm here to put it all together for you, baby, okay? I want to demonstrate that I feel this may have triggered Ethan into doing the mass shooting the next day. That evening, Jennifer Crumbley, she testified that they had an argument, that she was on Power School, that she saw his grades. And again, kids are being confronted, they're being questioned. You want to see them improve, you want to see them do better. So they're having this explosive argument. And according to Jennifer Crumbley's co-worker, Jennifer told her she locked Ethan out of the house that night. And this was late at night. Now, remember, we know that Jennifer Crumbley possibly lied. She told in her testimony that she had taken Ethan's gun from him that night. She took it away. I'm not his gun, but also his phone. She made a mistake. She slipped up and said that they were going to take the GUN away, but also that they took the phone. And at some point, when the prosecutor, either through direct or redirect, exposed to Jennifer that they had proof, evidence that on Ethan's phone that evening at after 10 p.m., about 10 p.m., he had did the 19-minute video. And how could you have his phone if he did the video late in the evening and they knew he was outside? So we know that Jennifer Crumbley possibly lied in her testimony, but moreover, would the argument have been so heated and Jennifer Crumbley allegedly locking Ethan out of the house and he goes outside, he does this 19-minute video. And this is where Ethan reveals, I'm going to shoot up the high school tomorrow. The mass shooting is tomorrow. The video is 19 minutes long, but he really reveals his dark mindset, how he feels about society, how he feels that people are brainwashed. You can't really make any money. He wanted to go to the army, but a lot of things didn't make sense to him. He's revealing his mindset, and we need to know how he thinks. Why does he feel the way that he does? So first, I want to prove to you that Jennifer Crumbley's co-worker made this statement at the trial, and then I'm going to reveal to you Ethan Crumbley's mindset when he was outside, locked out of the house allegedly by his mom, Jennifer Crumbley, the night before the mass shooting. And can we point to this as a possible reason, a possible trigger, the ultimate reason that pushed him to feel today is the day I'm setting the shooting for tomorrow. We know that he wrote it in his journal. He wrote in his journal, this is my last entry. This is the last time I'm going to write this. Tomorrow is the day for the shooting. Okay, let me prove it to you. So this is the former co-worker of Jennifer Crumbley. This is her testimony at the trial. So these are not my words.
So I want to direct your attention now to November the 30th, 2020. You remember that day? Were you working that day?
Yes.
Do you recall if Jennifer was also working?
She was.
Do you recall if you had an initial conversation with her in the morning when she got to work?
Yes. We kind of just had the good morning, check-in with each other. So we did talk briefly in the morning.
You mentioned that she had talked to you about fights before. Did she tell you about a fight the night before?
It was brief. She just mentioned that they had a fight. I'm not sure who initiated it. I didn't ask questions. It was kind of just, I asked her how her night went. How was she?
Mm-hmm.
She said she had a rough night, that they had a fight.
Did she say they?
No, it sounded like it was all of them, but she said that Ethan was out of the house and she locked him.
She locked him out of the house?
Yes.
Did you have a response to that?
No, I didn't really ask questions. I didn't push it or anything. I just kind of let it go.
Okay.
It's the morning.
Did you give her any indication? Well, let me ask you this. What did you think about that?
I kind of just gave a look and,
What do you mean gave a look?
kind of just like surprised,
Okay.
but I didn't really go into detail.
Did she react to your surprised look?
I don't really remember.
Okay. Did she say anything else about it?
I don't remember anything, so I don't remember.
Now, in the past, the 2 years that you didn't work with Jennifer.
Okay, so again, this co-worker has testified that Jennifer Crumbley, her co-worker, told her to her face, I liked Ethan out of the house the prior night, which was November 29, 2021, the day before the mass shooting. Now, I want to show you, and I have to go to it. I finally shared the video on my page. This is the video of Ethan Crumbley speaking when he was outside. He did a 19-minute video. So I'm not going to show you the video because they just show his face. So I'm just going to play it. It's 19 minutes. I mean, try to, deal with the timeline.
Her name is Ethan Crumbley, aged 15. And I'm going to be the next school shooter.
He said, I'm going to be the next school shooter.
I thought about this a lot. I can't stop thinking about it. Like, it's constantly in my head. Every conversation I have with someone, no matter what, I'm thinking about it and I can't get it out. It's currently November 29th, 2021, 10:05 p.m. The school shooting up at Oxford High School. I'm in 10th grade there. I've always been fascinated by guns when I was a kid. I always wanted to join the forces of SWAT when I was in 3rd grade. Navy SEALs when I was in 4th. Marines, 5th or 7th, Army, Rangers. And I've never thought of a career. I've never had motivation. I kept lying to myself that there was something out there for me. There was something that was going to make me happy. That was going to provide me a happy, loving, caring life. But that's bullshit. It's all a lie. I realized that. Oh, in 9th grade, I never thought of this. I thought I was going to make it through school and go into the army, but I realized, what's the fucking point? Millions have done it. Thousands have regretted it. Thousands have killed themselves because of it. You know, many come back and not happy, not satisfied. And I'm thinking, it's the only thing I want to go into, but how will it make me happy? How will I love doing that? How will I love? How will I? And then I realized that that's not going to work out. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? And I realized all the bullshit that was right in front of me, and I never realized it. I was always the kid who said, work hard in school and you'll get a career in life. But the career is bullshit. And it was right in front of my fucking eyes the whole time. I couldn't see it. The school system is... Their main goal is to put youth just born into this world to learn. And you know, they actually learn fucking good. They learn K through 5. They learn useful stuff. Stuff about the world that teaches them not how the world is, but how it should be and how they want it to act be. The teachers brainwash them into what they think is right, and their minds are so underdeveloped that the adults just take advantage of it. And they say that that's too good for humanity. And when you get into middle school, that's even more useless. It's just an excuse to wait until the kids grow up. They're wasting years of their life. Learning knowledge they're most likely never going to do unless they become a Nobel Prize scientist or mathematician. The fucking founder of a multi-million-dollar environment club. And they're brainwashed. They're teaching a working class into this world. There's no teaching of working class centuries ago. You know, they're either born into it or they weren't. You were born into a working class, you were forced to work. You weren't born, you helped develop the world. You created technology, you created advances in civilization. There was only two indifferences, and the working class rose up and made everyone a working class. And now, no matter what, you just have to work. To do what? We spent 15 years of your life just hard studying and trying your hardest to achieve the best out of anyone in any school. And then you get accepted into college. And you could be rich, so you don't have to worry about it. Or it could put you into thousands of debt. And you get a useless job that other people have gotten, and you think that it is doing something for this planet. You think that all those years of working and you get a job is doing something for the good of humanity. It's fucking not, it's useless. The education system, the government, is just brainwashing people to be a working class. They're all brainwashing them just to fucking work and keep society how it is, but people want to go a different direction. They want to work, but see, that's where I don't fucking understand anything. I'm not dumb enough to fully understand their capabilities. I'm not as dumb as them, so I can't understand, but they want to revolt and become a new class education system that just weakens everything. They want to fucking keep the innocence of everyone. They want to make sure that monsters are a thing. They're offended of a horror movie. They want to take away what this world is. And this world, it's not heaven. There is no heaven. There is no God. There is no Satan. There is no hell. But the world is hell in its own way. People don't think of it. You think of hell is the bottom, earth is the middle, and heaven is the top. But in reality, the earth is just hell. It's always been that, and people want to just forget it. Want to just take away what already is. It's stupid. Taking action. People go and protest, fucking take away guns or make what I'm doing. I believe I am one of the first people to do this. I'm not only shooting up the school because I'm mentally depressed or mentally have anxiety that struggles me every day, but I'm doing it to teach a word and all the simplicities. I don't fucking know how to say that. All the fucking dunces out there. The brains are too, their skulls are too fucking numb to understand everything. Unfortunately, the people I kill are the people that are killed. You know, I'm sorry that their families have to go through this, but it's for the right of humanity. And the course we're going, we're fucked. In 50 years, we're fucked. Nothing's going to happen. Democrats and the Republicans are just going to fight, and people are keep going to take it sides. And some people are going to stick out and say they're the big bears who don't think of it, but really they're the big problems. And it's just leading to a collapse. The world worked so hard for thousands and thousands of years. Yeah. The war happened. Peace was a thing. People understood everything. People understood the logistics of human civilization. The time from 1920 to 1980 was the golden ages of humanity. In some countries may not have been that way. But for the big ones, it was the golden age. They only understood the world, but knew how to keep it in order. They knew the differences because war and peace. They knew that they could cooperate and live together. You know, people are just taking that away. What I'm doing as an act to show that people are taking it away and I'm trying to preserve it. To show that no one is safe, no matter how hard they work. Their protests aren't going to do anything. They're just words, they're not actions. No one would care if I go up to the school and shout a sign, "Aren't you innocent? Bring back the equality between violence and peace." They'll think I'm fucking delusional. But to take action is what you have to do. Action is the only thing out of humanity that has made us this far, has brought us this far into civilization. And society is collapsed. Civilization is no more. People don't see it, but we're on the brink of downfall. And not just the break, but the beginning of the end, basically. Everyone is born, works hard, and thinks that everything's going to be the same for hundreds of years. The technology will advance and that's it. But that's not how it happens. When the bell rings to end fifth hour, tomorrow, October 30th, November 30th, 2021, I'm going to walk to the dividend between the boys and the girls' bathroom. I will have my black jacket on, and I will walk behind someone, and I will shoot a bullet in their skull. Yeah, that's my first victim. I'm going to open fire on everyone in that hallway. The hallways are too jam-packed. I will try and hit as many people as I can. I will reload, and I will find people hiding. I'm going to teach them a lesson of how they're wrong, how they're being brainwashed. I understand that I'm going to prison for this. Michigan doesn't have a death penalty. I don't want to die. As funny as it may seem, I'm going to kill other people. I do not.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hidden Horror is here for you on a Sunday morning. Hi, everybody. How you guys doing today? I don't even know how that popped in. I don't know. There's about 5 more minutes of the video. So I'm going to continue it. I apologize. I don't even know how that popped in. But I'll try to continue.
I do not want to die. I realize how valuable life is. And I realize I broke the code of what's happening. I broke the code. I realize what is actually happening. And these people, they don't have the capabilities of understanding it. I'm so going to teach the entire nation and the world of what's happening and how we're on the brink of downfall. I'm going to be using 6-star SP-022. I brought it at Acme Firearms, Oxford, Michigan on Friday. It is a 9mm pistol. It takes 15 plus 1 ammo capacity. I have 3 magazines for it. I've worn my mask for too long. I can't take it anymore. I broke. I've fought it for years, more years, lying to myself over and over again. But it's taught me the truth. There's no voices in my head. The voices are me. I am the voices. I am arguing with myself back and forth. I have 3 constant voices, and then there's me physically. And I'm doing whatever those 3 voices tell me to do. And one of them is the voice coming up on top. And that's the one that's taken over. That's what people call the demons. There are no demons. I am the demon. You are the demon. There is a demon in everyone that has the voice. The demon will take over. There's nothing I can do about it. My life is about a downfall. If I don't do this, nothing will happen. The world will collapse. I will be in misery. I'll probably just end up in a useless career in the army and killing myself. What use is that? I have the chance to teach the world to become a better place. And I have to take that chance. I've missed many opportunities in my life, and I'm not missing this one. I'm going to try and flee the school for as long until I get caught. Just the thought of how there's so many people who think they're going to live a life, going to go to college, have a great career, get a family, grow old, die happily. But they don't know that in less than a day, we're going to die, and our lives are going to be changed forever. I understand the consequences. I understand that people will be in prison for this. I've already said goodbye to everything. I went through all the phases. I'm surprised I even do it today. And I'm sorry for not being you, Mom and Dad. You have trusted me. I made sure you had trusted me, and I just disowned you. But you should know it's for a cause. And I am ruining my life and not yours.
Okay, everybody. Very, very dark thoughts. An intelligent young man, but when used for evil, for bad, this is the type of stuff that you're going to get. You're not going to get a person that has a stable mind, that's going to make good choices. Being left alone, being ignored, being neglected, not having any friends, no one to talk to, no one to discuss, to go over the thoughts that are in the mind. I think we need to know, we need to talk about it, and we need to understand the why. Do you think this could have triggered Ethan Crumbley to do the mass shooting the next day? It's possible. The anger that he felt, the rage, the wanting to harm someone else, even in the some of the journal entries that I showed you, he said he wanted the victims to suffer like he was suffering. Suffering from what, you might ask? Having parents that are not there, that are not responsive, that are not concerned, that haven't gotten you any help. He wrote help. He wrote help multiple times, not just in the journal entries. I think this could have been prevented if there were enough people, enough concerned adults to step in, to interfere, to interject into his life, to see him, to show concern, show care, just try to get him some resources. Unfortunately, everything now is the afterthoughts, reflections on what could have been done. These are all things that we need to see as signals, triggers, possible things that are going on that we may overlook. And that's why I came back. I wanted you to hear his words, hear the shooter's own words. They're very dark, very disturbing. Um, it's just very hard to understand how the parents, they weren't aware. I just don't understand it. The dark clothing, the dark thoughts, the being alone, the torturing of the birds, the journal with the violent pictures. Even if they didn't see the journal, they knew about what he was drawing when he was at school on his assignments. Instead of doing work, he's drawing pictures depicting violence. Grades are down, grades are low. His mom, Jennifer Crumbley, said that she thought he was depressed in the months leading up to the mass shooting. He was not involved in any activities, no school extracurricular activities. He didn't have any hobbies. His only friend had moved away. His grandmother had passed away. That was his dad's mother. The family dog, passed away. He's experiencing loneliness. And it feels like he's experienced loss, one loss after another, the pet, the grandmother, losing his best friend, his very close friend, and he didn't have anyone else. And there just seems to be no one recognizing or acknowledging what's going on with him, or maybe even caring. And this is how you take these ingredients, take the loneliness, the depression, the torturing of the animals, the dark thoughts, being alone, being left alone, not being monitored, and you purchase your underage child a GUN, you have created a recipe for a mass shooter that's going to commit a mass shooting. Very angry with the world, feeling like they are a victim, that they are suffering, and that they're going to hurt. His words. Let me read to you his words. He had a lot of bad things to say. These are his words. This is the page 19 of his journal. I might clean it up a little bit, okay? I'm going to KILL many people for no sole reason. I'm going to rain effing fire down on this school, I will cause the biggest school shooting in Michigan history. I will KILL everyone I effing see. KILLING myself is too much of a PUSSY move. People will just forget about me and I will have never making a impact in this world. The only way is to shoot up the school. I want to be remembered through all of history. I would just hope their parents will feel with sadness and distraught. When I shoot up the school, I hope that every parent of kids I gratefully murder will be so sad they kill themselves. I want all of America to see the darkness in me and hate me. I want to impact the world with this. I'm going to record the shooting so when they show the video in court, everyone can see their children and friends dying. I want for the parents to see their kids born to ash and bawl their eyes out. The first victim has to be pretty girl with a future so she can suffer just like me. This is the mindset. This is the thoughts. Countless thoughts of anger, suffering, murder. Just going on and on and on. This is why I came back, because I say this all the time and it just never gets old. In the end of the video, Ethan Crumbley said, to my parents, I've hidden this. You can't hide these thoughts. You can't hide these emotions. You can't hide them from your parents. You can't hide them from people you know. You can't hide them from the school because they have someone to compare it to. Teachers and administrators see kids all day long. They can see the kids that are happy and they can see the kids that are sad. They can see the kids that are struggling, having difficulty socializing. They can see the kids that are dark, that are lonely, that may be depressed. They see it in all your attributes, your character, how you act, if you smile, the clothing that you wear, what you write, your thought life. How do you respond? How do you communicate? How do you show up in the world? It's so many signs. I just don't understand how no one ever illuminated any of these behaviors. I don't know if it was because Ethan Crumbley was at home so much, no one could put their direct finger on him, or the fact that he didn't have really any friends, so there was no one to go and tell their mom, tell their dad. He was such a forgotten person, almost feels as if he didn't matter. He didn't exist. He didn't go out with his parents. He didn't go to the horse farm. He didn't do a lot of things with them when he got up into, mainly high school. Um, I just want you to have the tools to be able to uncover and identify some signs. If this is something that is happening in your school district, in your classrooms, at your school, these behaviors coupled together, I call them ingredients, like almost a recipe. The darkness, the depression, the sadness, the negative thoughts, the being alone, feelings of depression, anxiety, not having friends, withdrawing, from people, from groups, not communicating, drawing dark thoughts, writing um, dark thoughts, dark ideas, drawing pictures of violence, a GUN, murder. I mean, so many things coupled together helped formulate the level of gross neglect, not asking questions, not checking the phone, not concerning yourself about the time spent out of school. Where were you? Leaving a minor alone this much for them to have this unhealthy, very diabolical mindset, even mentioning Jeffrey Dahmer. I just want you to have the tools and the resources and be able to identify the same things that I am seeing. In this case with Ethan Crumbley, and we cannot deny the impact of the parents' involvement or lack of involvement in his life. We can't. You just cannot ignore the fact that with this much time alone, with the behaviors, with the thought life, coupled with the purchasing of the GUN, these were all possible ingredients coming together, fusing, growing, developing inside of him. This dark nature, these dark thoughts, the torturing of the animals, wanting to harm others. They created this mass shooter. It allowed time for him to develop, for him to research, for him to learn. Not learn his school books, learn which bullet to purchase, learn which gun to buy, what would cause more harm. Comparing the bullets, comparing the size of the gun. This is what he grew. This is what he learned. This is how he developed. He became more proficient in even the fighting stance, the shooting stance. Learning how to handle the GUN. Going into target practice. Preparing for the mass shooting. This was planned. Okay, that's all I got. That's it. I just want you to know. I want you to know all of the information and why I am expressing myself in certain ways, the frustrations that I feel, and the heartbreak that I have for the families of the victims and for all of the victims. I am here. My voice, my platform will be used to honor, to show respect in memory of those victims of the Oxford mass shooting on November 30th, 2021. I give my hats off to law enforcement, the families coming together, the community coming together, that administration, the teachers. I'm very sorry that this happened to you, and I believe it could have been prevented. I believe the school would have made different decisions if they had known about the GUN, if they had even known about his dark thoughts, his depression, his mental health problems. I'm very sorry that this happened. Please remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. Enjoy your afternoon. Bye, all my friends. Bye.